we always look for campgrounds at the beach, and recently ended up on Assateague Island, staying at the Assateague National Seashore campground, which is run by the National Park Service. Now, if you're not familiar with this island, it spans Maryland and Virginia and is home to the famous wild horses of Assateague and Chincoteague. We visited this campground on our way south to Florida and loved it so much, we visited again in the spring on our way back to New Hampshire. We got to see plenty of beach and plenty of horses. I'm Steve.
I'm Nancy, and together with Marsh, the blind Sheltie,
And Phoebe, the warrior princess.
we are living our dream.
Our goal is to travel the U.S. and Canada in our 2016 Tiffin Open Road.
While spreading the messages taught to us by our pets.
Keep smiling.
And be kind.
Join us on our travels by subscribing to our channel as we continue our great adventure.
And don't forget to leave us a comment to let us know how we are doing.
We had known about Assateague, but decided to stop when we were planning a snowbird trip down the East Coast. We always look for ways to avoid the big cities and their traffic. So in late October, we decided to venture down the Delmarva Peninsula as a way to bypass the Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area. We've decided to use this route on most trips down the East Coast because we found it much more enjoyable than going through Baltimore and D.C., which we've done several times. Well, it's a beautiful day here on the Delmarva Peninsula, but it's time to get ready to head to Assateague Island. We're going to be off-grid, and that means no water, no electric, no sewer for about 5 days. So we've got to prep for that. So first thing is to go ahead and dump all the tanks, and we could fill with water here because there's smooth roads. It's only about 20-30 miles to Assateague National, or we could wait and fill water there. I'm still deciding which I'm going to do. But first, let's go dump those tanks.
So Assateague is a little spit of sand that goes down the coast.
Barrier
Down into the barrier. It goes down to Chincoteague, which the wild horses waiting in line to enter the park.
Ooh, I don't even see the kiosk. Oh, there's the kiosk. Is that the kiosk? No. It looked like only one bubble. Okay, back up.
Just a minute. No, you're coming forward.
Oh, okay.
You're coming forward.
And I'm going straight?
Okay, let's try this. I may need to put another. Ready? Stop. I think I need to put another one.
That's a lot different. Let me look at this real quick.
Well,
I'm level on the front and back. I mean the right and left.
you just came off of the 2 height.
Okay, yeah. I need to be on the chocks. Okay. One hazard they didn't warn us about when we checked in at the campground here at Assateague Island was look out for the horse poop. There's a lot of it. You can step in it. It's all around the campground. And as soon as we were trying to set up camp, we found out why. We had visitors. This mare and her foal were there to greet us on the first day we arrived in the fall. Phoebe, what are you eating? Just because the horses ate the grass doesn't mean you need to. One of the rangers came by and actually were telling us the names of the horses. The horses stay on here year-round. They do have freshwater ponds that they can drink out of, but obviously this guy, somebody must have been giving him water from the fountain, though you're not supposed to. So we did.
Some people come up here.
The campground is off-grid, meaning no electric, water, or sewer at the campsites. However, they do have fresh water and dump stations you can use. Now, we will be doing a separate video about our experiences with the solar setup during those days, especially since it was sunny in the fall on the way down and cloudy in the spring on the way up. The campground has two sections available for RVs, the beachside campgrounds and the bayside. When trying to book, we only found bayside sites open, so we booked those. On our first day, we took a bike tour of the entire campground and scoped out those beachside campsites. This was the perfect park for our electric bikes. They allow bikes on the side roads and have dedicated bike lanes for the main road. We even got to see some of the horses near the beach on our ride.
Horses on the beach.
And scope out some of the beachside campsites. After our tour, we knew what trails and sites we wanted to visit over the next few days. After we arrived, we kept a close eye on cancellations and were able to grab several days beachside each time.
So, yesterday we were at the bayside, and then we found a spot at the ocean side opened up. So we decided to go there, but we're dumping our tanks in the meantime. So we have full tanks in only 4 days, so we don't have to conserve that much. Okay, you should be good. Turn your wheels all the way to the left and start backing up. Turn you hard. Yep, hard left. There you go. Keep going. Okay, straighten up. Now turn right. Turn just a little bit. Well, right there. Hold it right there. Okay, turn left a little more. Okay, straighten up. Turn right. Okay, hold on, just stop right there. Geez, you're going a little fast. Keep it hard right and just straighten up in the, just use your own eyes and just straighten up in here. Look out to your left and right. And back up a little more. I'm gonna bring you real far back so we can fit the Jeep, okay? Hold on right there, well the Jeep, whoa. Straighten your wheels. Okay, turn your wheels a little to the left. Yeah, it'll fit over here on the left. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the blocks behind and then we'll back up.
We found a lone horse near the campground before the sunset that day. Before there was a bridge to the island in 1964, there was a ferry, and the old Ferry Landing is a nice place to visit and read about the early development history of the island. but it was also a great place to view the wildlife and look out over the bay. There were signs all over not to feed the horses and stay at least 40 feet away from them. We continued to drive around to see what we could see and stopped by the visitor center, though it was a bit windy that day. The visitor center is actually not on the island, so you have to cross back over the bridge. The island extends south into Virginia and the Assateague National Wildlife Refuge. Assateague houses a second herd of horses, which is owned by the Assateague Fire Department. They herd each year on a swim to the mainland to auction off some of the herd. Living full-time in an RV means if we buy any souvenirs, they need to be very small. 5 mile an hour, almost 30 mile an hour. Yes. The visitor center also had a nice walkway out over the bay.
Neat. These are huge binoculars.
Can you see the ferry landing from here?
I'm sure you can, if you know where it is.
Yeah. On the way back, we spotted a deer. And a few more horses. Time for bed, Marsh. I think it's time for bed.
I don't want to just sit outside. That's the thing.
We took the bikes out again and headed to the end of the park, where there's a walkway to the beach. Once again, we stumbled on some horses. We came back and got the dogs for a walk on the beach since it was not peak season.
He's not real sure about this boardwalk.
Marsh was a little trepidatious with the boardwalk at first.
It's okay, Marsh. Good boy. Good boy. Just a boardwalk. Oh, he's getting better with it.
Phoebe, on the other hand, was ready to run.
Good boy, Marsh. Okay, let's cross the street. At least he's willing to walk. No, don't stop in the middle of the street. Oh, I wonder if he hears the ocean yet.
Marsh loves the ocean, but we wanted to keep him dry this day.
I haven't been to a beach with sand dunes in a long time. Can you bike on the beach? Well, somebody reeled something here. Okay, Marsh, here's the sand. Hear that ocean, Marsh? north down the beach. Now looking east to the Atlantic Ocean. And that way is south toward Virginia. He loves the sound of the ocean. I know. Look out, look out. Go down, look out.
I, for one, love the sand dunes as much as the ocean.
Yeah, we love them.
Wonderful dogs.
One of our favorite trails at the park was a boardwalk that extended over the marsh to the bay. It was called Life of the Marsh Trail. It was a great place to view the wildlife, especially the birds, as is evident by the turkeys we saw crossing the road on our way there. The boardwalk is a half-mile walk. It's an easy walk and carries you through the marsh to the bay with several places to stop and take in the view. You could even see trails left in the marsh grass where wildlife traveled. Sure enough, we ran into more horses who seemed to like the marsh grass as well.
Be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run. This is what we waited for. Oh, take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts.
This one bear was keeping an eye on Nancy and seemed to put herself between us and her foal till she was comfortable with us. We made sure to keep our distance. Later, we realized this was the same mare and foal that greeted us at our campsite. We could tell by the blaze on the foal's backside. Just north of the National Seashore is the Assateague State Park with a beach, as well as camping. And just north of there is a 6-mile beach where drones are allowed. So Nancy in the fall decided to take a bike ride up to the beach for some beachcombing and a little drone video of the beach. In the spring, when it was colder, she also visited the same beach for some metal detecting. It was allowed on this beach. Great thing about the shoulder season, less crowded beaches. When leaving the island in the fall and coming back again in the spring, we crossed the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and tunnel on the south side of the island. It was much easier crossing here than going through Baltimore and DC for sure. However, in the spring, it was cold, cloudy, and rainy. We didn't get out as much, but still enjoyed the beach and the horses as much as we could. This is what some of the past storms have done to some of the campsites, washing all the sand up on them, and standing water. And we were not alone in the campground, though it wasn't overflowing. Now these two sites are probably the only two sites that have electric. They're for the camp hosts. So overall, nice, quiet spot. Even Snoopy agreed it was a nice spot. Because it's cold and rainy outside, tonight's dinner, chicken noodle soup. Mars knows it's dinner time also. Right, Mars? You waiting for dinner? Well, give me a minute. I'll get to it. Still cold and wet outside. Most folks had their generators running a lot. We only rented a few hours a day, as we will discuss in our next video, where we compare our solar results comparing sunny fall days to cloudy spring days. But never fear, the horses were still around to entertain us. This is why you come to Assateague. At your front window, there are wild horses. Phoebe, you looking at the horses? No, you're looking at the kids. Horses are over here. And a fourth one, and a fifth one. Needless to say, we were not disappointed and enjoyed our stay tremendously. And we've come to mark this as one of our favorite campgrounds. We will be coming this way whenever we can. So till next time, remember, be kind and keep smiling. Remember to like the video if you've gotten anything out of this, and subscribe if you haven't already. Safe travels, everyone.